Ariel Lavi is an accomplished international film producer and screenwriter with a global footprint. With a prolific career spanning continents, Ariel's notable works include the Mexican masterpiece Metanoia, the gripping A Brush with Death, the evocative Dangerous Silence set in Nigeria, and the enchanting Unicorns and Rainbows, collectively garnering 104 prestigious awards. And Ariel is with us here. How are you today?
Amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me in this show.
Yes,
big pleasure.
Great to have you. So your film Metanoia was produced in Mexico. So what was the inspiration behind that film, and what kind of drew you to the Mexican film industry?
I wanted for a long time to produce a film outside from my country, from Israel, and Mexico has one of the best film industries in the world, as you know. The best Latin film is the best Latin film industry in the world. You know, if you compare it to other countries in the Latin America like Argentina or Brazil, and before it was very challenging to find the crew because I didn't know Spanish. I know English.
Yeah.
And I didn't believe at the beginning that it could be happen. But when I post about the film, I got many messages from many people in Mexico. They were interested to take a part in the film, and thanks to God, I had the luck. I worked with an amazing actors like Jessica Decote and Carlos Hendrick, Laura Di Luca, and of course the director I worked with, Rowan Avani, that she helped me a lot in all the process.
What was it like being in Mexico? Because you work all over the world, don't you?
Yes. I produced films, in a few countries, but as I told you, it was challenging because of the cut. But I understood it very fast, and to work with, in general, to produce a film outside from your country, this is not easy. But you have to be very open-minded. You have to understand and to do the research regarding every culture, to understand all the aspects, and that's the reason I think I succeed, and it was amazing process. I can tell you, the filming, and afterwards, of course, the festivals tour. Now we won many awards, and this is the results of hard working. So I'm very proud of that.
Speaking of travelling the world, another film that you worked on was in Nigeria. You wrote and produced Dangerous Silence. So what was the significance of the title and the message that you aimed to convey through that particular film?
I wrote this film as well, not just produced, first of all. And it's all started because I met a Nigerian young girl. We had a conversation via Zoom, and she told me about her life in Africa, about the poverty, and about the fact that she's working, outside from her school, but at the same time she finances herself through having sex with other people. And she was crying, and she was very sad, and it was very sad to hear that from her. So it gives me an inspiration to write this film, and the message behind of this film is to expose all the what's going on exactly in Africa regarding women, and that's the idea. But not just that, I think the story could be relevant to any country. So it was very hard. This is very hard film. This is not easy to watch this film, but it's very strong and very intense, and this film won awards as well, and it even was screened at TCL Chinese Theater.
Wow.
In Hollywood, one of the most famous theaters in the world, in the Golden State Film Festival. And now next month it will be screened at the TCL Chinese Theater again in the Silicon Beach Film Festival.
Wow.
As well. So
that's impressive.
Thank you so much. And I was the only Israeli in the crew, and all of them were from Nigeria completely. That's mean I was the only foreigner, and it was challenging as well, because the African culture is very different from my culture. So, but as I told you before, I know how to deal with different cultures. So, and the Nigerian film industry too is one of the best in the world. I don't know if you heard about Nollywood, but it's very big as well. And I knew amazing people in Nigeria, and it was amazing to work there.
The Chinese theatre is impressive, but also your films have amassed an impressive 104 awards. So what do you believe sets your projects apart and contributes to both the success in terms of the awards, but also the big screenings that you've managed to get as well?
Well, it's all about, how to distribute your film, how to market your film, to choose the right festivals for each film. It's very challenging. I discovered how to do that in step by step. First of all, I did the research about the festivals, and it's all about to adjust the film to the festival. Not each film is fit to all the festivals.
Yeah.
For example, my film in Mexico was very successful in Europe and in other places. But for example, my film in Nigeria was very successful in the US, but not in Europe. So it's very different. It's all about because the world, is divided from a few cultures and aspects, and so it's all about choosing the right festivals and distribution, and to understand the markets of the global markets. And when I worked with people all over the world, it helps me to understand what's fit to my film. Each film is different, and I know exactly what's fit to any film. So it's easier for me to choose the right festivals.
Yeah. And the film industry is rapidly evolving. So how do you see the future of international film production and storytelling, and what role do you hope to play in it?
I see that the film industry is improving, is all the time improving. The stories are better than the past. There are more screenwriters and more ideas, and I think the creativity level of the screenwriters in the film industry is better than in the past.
Yeah.
And I see a good future for the film industry, but of course, I want to take a part in the film industry. My roles, film producer, screenwriter, and so that's what I want to do currently in the film industry. And I do believe that, but your question, it's really depend on where are you working, because, for example, in Hollywood, the industry is the best, and in the UK as well, and in Asia, everything is good. But if you are working in a small country, for example, my country it's very small, and we have our industry is fine, but it's not like the big industries, So the options are more limited, and but Israel has great options as well. But I prefer other industries sometimes. But I worked in Israel as well. So
what's on the horizon for you? Are there any particular upcoming projects that you can give us a sneak peek of?
Okay, so first of all, there is my new film that I released, Unicorns and Rainbows. Currently, it won a few awards in few film festivals, and it's a great film. And I have few scripts, of course, that I'm writing, and I'm working about them. And so all the time I'm working about new stuff, so that's good. In the film industry, you can't wait to the opportunities. You have to create all the time your opportunities, and that's the key of the success. If you ask me, this is the key of the success. Most of the people I know, actors and people like that, they are all the time waiting for the opportunities, and I believe that you have to create all the time your opportunities. This is not easy, you know. You have to maintain, say, a good Instagram, and you have to build connections and to increase your networking ability, and this is the way to succeed.
Well, where are we able to find all the films and keep up to date with you everywhere?
Metanoia and Dangerous Silence are available on streaming platforms. Metanoia was distributed on famous streaming platforms in China, like iQIYI. iQIYI, it's the Netflix of China, and Tencent Video. And in addition, Metanoia is also available on TVID TV in Florida. So you just need, to download the application and you can watch the film. It costs money, but it's worth it. And Dangerous Silence as well is available in TVID TV in Florida as well. And but afterwards, I think I will upload it to on YouTube maybe next time maybe. But currently I'm focusing on streaming platforms distribution. So yeah.
Excellent. Well, many thanks for talking to us today. It's been great to have you on.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.